Hello and welcome back to the brewery. After a short break from doing anything in the brewing because I busted up my arm so I couldn't lift any heavy stuff, we're now back. Today we're going to continue with the saga of the pumps and have a look inside one and see how it works. So the quick summary: I had this pump. I managed to melt it by running it dry for too long by total accident and fridge related things, a previous video. I've got a couple of replacement parts from May. These didn't seem to make it work. Soon after that I found for sale another pump at a reasonable price on the internet that's absolutely identical. Lovely guy sent me this one, which doesn't work. So I got back in touch with him and he sent me this one, which does work, and told me to keep this one for spare parts. So what I'm going to do today is we're going to have a look inside these two pumps, have a look at how they work, what the various bits are, because these are actually reasonably powerful pumps, the sort of things you probably find in a small professional brewery. So let's get on with it, take them apart and see where we go from there. Okay, so these should leverage off fairly carefully. If we can take the whole pump head off first. There we go. Okay, now let's take that out of the way. Okay, what we can see in here is one side of the magnetic coupling of these pumps. So most brewing pumps are magnetically coupled, so if you run them dry for a very short period of time, the two sets of couplings will come apart. So there's one side of magnet spinning there, that's one magnet, will be spinning around like that, and then there's another one inside this housing. So the motor drives that magnet that's coupled to the magnet inside this bit of housing here. Okay, let's put this out of the way, get this back into shot. Okay, so taking this apart, let's start from this end. So first part to come off, you can see there's this rubber seal around the outside. The water comes in through there and out into that hole there. And here is our first impeller. This looks in quite good condition. Let me just take this washer off and put it there so we don't lose it. Okay, so this impeller will rotate around. Okay, it won't rotate at the moment. And that's one of the things, will spin the water from there and out through the channels on the outside here, where it will move through the pump. If I can get the next layer apart. This is probably why this pump wasn't working. This whole head appears to be slightly seized up. I will be back in one moment when we can open it up a bit more. Hello, I'm back again. As you can see, I've swapped which pump I'm looking at. So this is my old one. Trying to take that new broken one apart has given me a better idea of what's broken in this one, which is interesting. So we're at more or less the same stage. You can see this impeller. In this case, that will come off. Now in this one, these impellers appear to be locked together, which I will show you how that works in a minute. Comes next housing. You can see there's some interesting shaping on the back of this housing. So what we're looking at happening is the water spinning out here, out through these channels, coming in here and being forced back into the centre by a combination of that shaping and this plate here. It goes into the centre of the next rotor here, or impeller, that's probably the correct name. Now these two actually lock together like that. So you rotate one, you rotate the other. As you can see, you can't rotate either at the moment. So a little bit of hammering, I'll get this one separated again. Okay, so out we come. So these two will be locked together. You can see all the way up like that. In each in their own housings, and be rotating around here. And then here is our third impeller on the bottom, rotating around here inside the final housing. So all three of these are locked together and rotating around and pushing the water from the centre to the outside, and then the channels once again behind this plate, and here pull it back into the centre again. These two fitting together in the correct orientation. Should only be able to fit one way, I'd hope, so they stay aligned. There's a seal in it, obviously. And that's how your pump fits together and how a three-stage pump works. So I think I have enough bits here to make one working pump, I hope, with spare bits that March nicely sent me. Well, I bought one of them, they sent me the wrong one, so they sent me the right one. And the parts I've got here, I think there's probably the opportunity to build one working pump, but that's a project for another day. I hope that tour around the inside of a 3-stage pump and a bit of hammering was interesting, and I'll see you in another video.